Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Sunless Sea. So I've decided that this is going to be the final episode in this series for a couple of reasons. Interest has definitely been falling off in Sunless Sea and the Sunless Sea series. I really appreciate those of you who have stuck with it and have been enjoying it and have been leaving feedback on it. It's been awesome. But I think it's time to close, not just because interest has been falling off, but because, let's face it, we've pretty much explored the whole map. And that was kind of my goal with this series, is to, take it from somebody who'd never really done anything with Sunless Sea and explore the whole map. We've also done a number of crew stories. We've fought some ferocious sea monsters. We've sunk a bunch of pirate ships. And while there's certainly a lot more to do in this game, a lot of it I feel like is going to be retreading water that we've already sailed, and it's not quite going to be so interesting. There will still be moments of interest, but for the most part, I have a feeling like it's just going to take so long to get to all these places that I'm going to be feeling a lot of dead air while we're watching the ship sail from port to port. So this is going to be the last episode. Once again, I really appreciate all the support you guys have showed me so far, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. So on this last episode, we've got a couple of things to do. First of all, let's see. Last time I kind of forget, did we deliver our port reports? Does not look like it. So if we go to London, let's just take a quick look here. That's just a Zailer. We can actually use another Zailer though. And alright, if we put our ship in dry dock, how many of these do we have? We have 7, so we got to turn in 6, 5, and then go to the Admiralty Yards. Okay, and then survey office is there. And now we can turn that in, turn that in, turn that in. Okay, and leave the Admiralty. Anything we want to give to you? I don't think so. Anything we want to give to you? Yeah, let's give you this extraordinary implication. Anything else? Yeah, let's give you the intriguing snippets. Let's see, does that take up cargo space? I don't think so. We can give this to the Venture, though. He asked us for another one. Okay, well, we might do that. The Lorn Fluke certainly didn't seem very hard to kill. Right, back to the Alarming Scholar. It doesn't take up cargo space, so I think I'll keep it. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have that we can get rid of? We can sell this Parabola Linen. Not sure what to do with the Creative Human Souls. Okay, let's sell the Parabola Linen. And yeah, we can sell this. We can get more of them if we need to. We'll keep this in Silic. Let's see, 28 fuel and 20 supplies. Let's go to our lodgings. We can read the morning papers. We can spend time with the family. Yeah, nothing more to do there. Nope. And all right, let's just go ahead and stock up. Our main objective on this voyage is we're going to go out to that Monkey Island again, and drop off the adventurers and see what adventure awaits us there. And we might do a couple things on the way. So let's buy some more fuel. We're going to need quite a bit of fuel to get out there and back. And we'll buy a couple more supplies too. Alright, so we got 68 out of 70 cargo. That's good. Let's head out. So, seeing as how this is the last episode, I kind of feel like maybe I should do a review of Sunless Sea. You know, you guys have probably already have a pretty good idea about how I feel about this game based on what I've said so far. I don't understand that stuttering effect. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the game. So if I turn my light off here, I'm still not gaining terror. Huh. I don't know what's causing that stuttering effect. That's weird. It's almost like the game is lagging or something. Wonder if that's as a result of the newest patch. But I know that I heard that there had been some sort of stuttering effect that they supposedly got rid of, but this is the first time I've ever seen it. That's kind of disconcerting. Oh well. Anyway, it's the last voyage. I suppose we can put up with it. So, right, review. Mysterious stuttering effect aside. You guys probably have a pretty good idea what I think about this game. I really love the writing. I really love the stories. I enjoy the combat. I love the exploration aspect of it. But there's just way too much. Let's see. Am I just going to go straight east here? Yeah, at this point that's fine. But there's just way too much sailing. Especially between places you've already explored. You know, I almost think what this game needs is like a fast travel mechanic. You know, kind of harkens back to the World of Warcraft days. It needs like a teleport spell, or griffins, or you know that fly you from one place to another really fast. Some sort of fast travel mechanic. You know, I don't necessarily need to get to the destination instantly, but I mean, basically, from a gameplay perspective, I feel like I'm having to walk from, you know, I don't know. If I was to use a WoW perspective, I feel like I have to walk from Orgrimmar all the way down to the Ungoro crater, you know, just to in the beginning of every single mission, which is just a ton of wasted time in the game, frankly. And it really lessens my desire now that, you know, the main things that I wanted to do out of this game are done to play it. Would I recommend the game? Absolutely. I would recommend this game to anybody who has who enjoys really good writing and a dark, spooky, very atmospheric experience, and has the patience to sit through the travel time. It's certainly not for everybody. Those people who are interested in a fast-paced, action-oriented experience will hate it. Those people who are perhaps have a slightly shorter attention span probably will not make it to the point where they can finish exploring the game. For those people who can make it, they'll be rewarded by an incredibly rich, atmospheric storytelling experience. But even then, they're going to have to put up with a lot of dead time, which is really kind of unfortunate. I feel like there had to be a way to mitigate that somehow, but not here. I do really enjoy the combination of the text adventures with the seafaring kind of gameplay mechanics. I feel like it really enhances both, that it's there. I feel like without these mechanics, the seafaring would definitely lose something. And without the seafaring like gameplay stuff, I think I mean, it's almost at that point, it's like, it's like almost like just reading an interactive novel, which is fine, but I don't know that I would want to read an interactive novel that has so many different diverse elements without kind of the gameplay aspect in between, without being able to go around and fight stuff and fight pirates and kill. Like, I need some of that in order to draw me into the world. It would be hard for me to get drawn into this world just with text. For those of you familiar with Fallen London, I'm sure many of you who are watching the video are familiar with it. I way back in the day, years and years and years ago, I played a little bit of it, but I just could not get drawn into the story just with the text. I don't have a problem with reading. I'm a very fast reader. I read a ton, but the text in that game was just not enough by itself. I needed some sort of interactive gameplay beyond that. So I feel like this has been a really good amalgamation of those two ideas, but at the same time, it's just, it could have been so much better. It just could have been so much better. Do I need anything here? I guess not. What did my spies need here? Let's seek another opportunity. Oh, a captivating treasure? That's definitely doable. That's only 1,000 echoes. I can afford to do that. Or 1,500 echoes, I guess. I can afford to do that. Although I question whether it would be worth it, since the main thing that I get out of that is vital intelligence, which is only 500 each. So 3 violent intelligences, if it raises my network by 3, that's basically 3 vital intelligences. I'd basically be breaking even. So unless there's something better I can do with my network, I'm not sure that that's worth it. Where are we going? The Empire of Hands. That's up to the north. So I'm not sure if fighting the Khanate ships would reduce my relations with the Khan somehow. But I'm not in a huge hurry to find out. For what will almost certainly simply be more of those crates. I can get plenty of those crates elsewhere. I don't need to kill the Khanate warships in order to get them. Speaking of which, there's one right now. Boy, this jerking is really starting to get on my nerves. I really hope they fix that pretty soon. Otherwise, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play anymore. Another Z-Beast corpse afloat. So much carrion. We approach the Shellinate. Alright, nearly there. So I'd be curious to hear your guys' take on the game. Obviously, I'm not going to record another session of this, but I'll certainly keep an eye on the comments of this video. If you agree, if you disagree, you know, if you think that I've missed something important about the game, if there's a big aspect of it that I didn't get, or you think I misunderstood, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'd be happy to check it out and see what you have to say and respond to them. Or if you have any suggestions of other like super cool exploration story-rich games that I could check out, you know, I obviously can't guarantee I'll do a Let's Play of it, but I'm always looking for awesome game ideas, new games to try and play. So feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions. And I'll check them out. I have had a lot of fun with Sunless Sea. No question about that. Okay. The delightful adventuress leans over the rail of the ship, sniffing the humid air with evident distaste. What a filthy, damp little place. Oh well, we shall endure. At the sight of the mayor hobbling up, she straightens. A thin, insincere smile spreads across her face. "Ah, you there, my good primitive," she calls, striding down the ramp and clasping his arm tight. "Now then, I come in search of your first emperor's vault, and for that I shall be needing a few things. Some of your finest workers, and tools, and some food. Do you understand me?" She shakes her head, barely waiting for a response. "Food," she repeats. "Comprendas? Oh dear, I see we shall be here for a while. Listen, I hear you fellows rather like souls. Shall we discuss that like higher primates?" Barnabas says to settle up while his mistress negotiates the value of her soul with the mayor. Man with no face. Barnabas removes his mask with what looks like to be a silent moment of great relief. Underneath is nothing, just a flat surface where his face should have been. Ah, an unfinished clay man, one of those flawed products of polythreme that follow their own rules. If only you'd known that before he boarded. Of course, that's why the adventuress never mentioned it. He silently presents you with your agreed fee, dips his head in a polite bow, and lumbers back to his mistress. It appears she has struck a deal with the mayor. Okay. Let's go to Fountainhead Island, then, where she awaits us. With the small army of bunkies bought with her soul, she excavates the vault of the first emperor. The delightful adventuress has already uncovered and put aside many treasures. A small statue amongst them looks particularly interesting. She prepares to make her run on the vaults. Sure, we'll take it. Nobody is watching, at least you don't think so. It's hard to tell with Barnabas' blank face giving nothing away. Can he see? He seems to be able to, somehow. In any event, he makes no move to raise the alarm as you take the small trinket. Alright, let's speak to her. "Oh, it's you, of course. Help me with these blasted maps, would you? The monkeys are quite clueless." She shakes her head. "They claim our souls uplift them, but if you ask me, it's just a case of monkey see, monkey do. Can you believe they think that Zeppelin of theirs will let them create a new empire? Wait, you there! Take that out of your mouth this very second!" A not so ancient edifice. It may look centuries old, but this entryway is relatively new. The monkeys can never leave alone, always adding bits as their whims demand. Outside the vault, the delightful adventuress flits back and forth between her base camp and the vault entrance. Okay. "To rush, darling, is to court tragedy. The delightful adventuress pays barely any attention to you as she prepares. She is not yet ready to open the vault. You should return later when she's had a chance to organize her monkey workers. This may take a while." Alright. let's go to Sovereign Island. So we have a gift worthy of the Emperor. Yeah, okay. The stench and heat as the gates open are a sucker punch to your senses. Inside, the stagnant air of windowless wood palace hangs with sweat and tastes of hair. Everything is filthy and every surface used. The apes as likely to swing across the roof as walk the floors. In prized oases of relative calm, the high-souled conduct themselves with the poise of high-born lords and ladies. Around them, their barely uplifted lessers scamper around exhausted, taking orders and cruelties from all who care to dispense them. In the middle are countless more, a sea of apes longing for advancement and fighting for what they have, with tooth, claw, and low cunning. To step into the throne room is to step into another world, a polished one of cool and blessed quiet that already feels as alien as it is pleasant. Emperor Crispin IV holds court here in the heart of his palace. None may speak without permission, but the voice of the Emperor is still the least heard of all. The Emperor sits on his throne, wrapped in robes of violet and wearing an ornate golden mask. He remains motionless, silent. He could be mistaken for a statue, if not for an almost imperceptible nod to grant his seneschal permission to speak in his name. She approaches, arms folded, in the red-trimmed yellow robes of the court mandarin. Her expression is carefully blank. The chestnut hair on her face is powdered alabaster white, and decorated with exquisite detail in red and black. The rings on her fingers mark her as a 10-souled ape, a status even the Admiralty can respect. She bows before you, a complicated ritual display of sweeping sleeves that somehow never breaks eye contact. Finished, she waits for your response. Return the bow. A curtsy instead. Or remain standing. Alright, we'll try. Did you do something wrong? It appears so. Be that as it may, there is business to discuss. The exquisite seneschal requests your assistance to supply the Empire of Hands with a great work, a zeppelin that will take them to a new home far away from here. You point out that the Admiralty has the Emperor of Hands both under embargo and quarantine. The only thing worse to be caught doing here than supplying them would be helping them escape their confinement. Have your people not already caused us enough pain? She demands. We starve, and you would prevent us being fed. We thirst to explore, and you cage us like animals. Why? For what fine purpose? What threat are we to you, who happily dine with devils? She shakes her head, almost with pity. What could you possibly see in us that shames you so? Of course I'll accept the commission. With a pair of servants to row the boat, she takes you to the Zeppelin site in Port Stanton. It was originally the project of a traveler from afar hoping to travel east, who encountered an accident. In his plans and engine, however, the monkeys saw their opportunity. The great exodus will require supplies and fuel, of course, explains the exquisite seneschal. We also seek souls to enlist our brethren that they may join the work. You will, of course, be reasonably compensated for your expenses and rewarded upon completion. She also hints that there may be faster ways to complete the Zeppelin. To say more, though, would require a level of trust you have not yet earned. Build status in court and by supplying the Zeppelin. So if I had 2 crates of human souls, I can give them 5 supplies. I can give them 10 fuel. Let's give them 5 supplies and see how much that buys me. Oh. They gave me 7 drowning pearls. That's useful. What do I get for 10 fuel? 5 drowning pearls. Okay. We got nothing else for the Zeppelin now. Sure, we can do this. We'll take a quick jaunt back here to see if she's ready. Oh. Delightful adventures, let's see. Right, on the count of 3. Muscles and human Human and primate alike strain as the delightful adventuress harries everyone along. Finally, with a crack and a screech of triumph and exhaustion, the doors slide open. Inside is just blackness. "There! Now chop chop, everybody!" declares the delightful adventuress, striding into the dark with a personal glim lantern. Behind her, monkeys collapse to the ground, gasping, occasionally stolen words and squeals of protest escaping into the air. Well, I do have a foxfire candle. One crate will suffice for the entire exploration. Okay. The antechamber. At the bottom of the stairs is a room with a sealed stone door. In front of that stands a pointedly placed plinth holding 3 thin pillars and some stone discs. The delightful adventuress rolls her eyes. "A trial of the mind, it appears. How very adorable. It appears that our monkey friend's ancestors have absorbed more than a few souls with a passion for things of the pulp. Oh well, that should make things interesting." She slaps your shoulder. "Do the honors, Capitano." Solve the puzzle. 3 pulls, stone discs. Oh, please. The Towers of Hanoi puzzle? That little children's game that has been amusing London in recent years? This antechamber must be a more recent addition to the vault than it looks, if even the monkeys have bought into its legend. You roll up your sleeves. This will be easy enough. 15 stone discs. Minor problem suddenly reveals itself. "Well, I see you have this under control," declares the delightful adventuress, heading back upstairs. "I leave it in your evidently very capable hands." Use remaining qualities now 32,767. That doesn't seem good. Continue to solve. They cannot be serious about this, surely. Or there has to be a better way. Let's continue solving it. You're done just in time to see the 6th city. Alright, well, I'm obviously not going to click on this 32,762 times. Someone elsewhere in the LP array of hands may be able to help you with this. Okay. Perhaps an audience with the mayor? Soul of the delightful adventuress sits comfortably in him, a 4-souled ape of cold ambition and very few scruples. He apparently can't help me with it. Perhaps they can help me? Oh, the lost treasure hunter. Sure. Trade supplies for foxfire candles. Trade recent news for dynamite. Trade a live specimen for a failure. Trade 10 Tale of Terror for 10 Z stories. Persuade him to give you his map. Oh, I need more archaeology. Okay, so that's probably not it then. Oops. Perhaps, let's see, what's left? The court and the isthmus. Let's try the court. Silent gallery. Nope, that's not what I need. No, I don't want to give him my soul. Alright, I guess let's try here. I need a rusty locket in order to go there, apparently. Well, have I been everywhere then? I think I've been everywhere. Let's see, I could go back to the camp. Consult with her. I would say, darling, that if monkeys are not willing to play fair, then there's no reason we should do any different. It is, after all, not solving that little toy that matters, but getting through the door. Perhaps there's a simpler way? Oh. I see. Apparently, I need some dynamite. Okay. Let's go to... Okay, now we'll go back here. There we go. Blow open the door with dynamite. There's more than one way to show your intelligence. Boom! Bits of rubble and clockwork fly. The stonework trembles slightly as if about to collapse, but then settles with just an occasional plink-plink of metal and the tinkle of falling shards and gears of all sizes. Well, that is certainly one solution, declares the delightful adventuress, unplugging her ears. I think, though, darling, that I shall be taking the rest of those. Cannot fault your thinking, but we would rather reach the center of this quaint little tomb without ourselves becoming buried in it. Would we not? Still, splendid resourcefulness. Splendid. Top marks. What trials await through the technically a doorway over the melted cogs and fallen rubble? A huge maze stretches out before you. The delightful adventuress produces a large ball of yarn. With all due credit to Theseus, she says, nailing one end into the wall, I suspect, however, we shall not have to worry about a minotaur lurking in this particular maze. Come on, some such things are hardly a problem for a woman of adventure. This will take but a jiffy. She leads the way with utter confidence, even when it becomes clear she has no idea where she is going. Even when it becomes painfully obvious to all that she is merely turning left at every intersection, confident that eventually this will lead to the exit. The string runs out long before the maze does, yet somehow this does not feel like an insurmountable problem for returning. Onwards, this part of the temple looks distinctly more ancient and more carefully crafted by its architects. A sense of respect and history pervades. The Hall of Histories. A mosaic floor stands between you and the door. The delightful adventuress catches your arm before you can step onto it. Oh, sweetie, she sighs, pointing at the walls. Little holes run down both of them, just large enough to see the readied crossbow bolts behind. Isn't this wonderful? She says. I have seen many, many tombs, and most just put something big and heavy in front of the door. Bless their hearts for putting all this effort into something nobody was ever supposed to see. Anyway, be a dear. I will be outside if you need me. She heads back to check on her camp. I can attempt to read the inscriptions. Is that a bit of a pictogram? I can examine the mosaic floor. 9 colored tiles stretch across this corridor. Be careful. Choosing one may lead to a wound. 3 wounds can mean death. If you don't know the correct order, you may be able to find a safer way past. On a red tile, blue tile, return to the surface. Alright, let's examine the floor. Too far to jump. Blast. The monkeys thought of that, at least, and it would be difficult to get a ladder down here. It would be very risky to simply guess, but a solution must be around here somewhere, or an alternative. A frozen drop of red honey. It's no use. It's gibberish. Maybe one of the monkeys can help, but it seems unlikely. There's not much writing in the Empire of Hands, and most of it simply borrows from the fallen London or the Khanate. Anyone capable of reading this is likely long dead. Did that give me a wound? Can I try again? There doesn't seem to be anything preventing me from trying until I succeed. Wonder if it saves so you can only do it the first time. What are my chances here? 22? Well, we'll give it a few more tries. Oh, Your skills fail you. Monkey tongue follows no apparent rules, being a creole of many and diluted with each new scribe. It would take someone capable of writing it to even stand a chance at deciphering it. The age of the inscriptions and lack of anything similar elsewhere in the Empire Pan suggests it is a long-lost art. Perhaps the exquisite seneschal can help. Okay. Let's go talk to her. I need 30 status. Trading, supplying the Zeppelin, or amusing the fickle. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Let's leave the court. And we can give the Zeppelin 5 more supplies. And now we're just going to have to make a bunch of runs back and forth from here to the nearest place that supplies fuel and supplies. So where's that? Oh. That is probably Mount Palmerston. I know I can get fuel super cheap there. 8 supplies. Or I can go down to Khan's Shadow. I can get fuel and supplies at reasonable prices there. But I don't think I'm going to do any more of that this run. I think what I'll do is I'll head down to Khan's Shadow. And then I'll head to the Isle of Cats. So resupply at Khan's Shadow and then head down to the Isle of Cats and see what the next part of that storyline is. And I don't know what they did and what the deal is with this jerking, but it is very annoying. A stowaway! Oh my goodness. The quartermaster has been complaining about food going missing of late, and now you know why. The monkey foundling is sitting innocently behind a crate, mouth surrounded by fresh crumbs and a bed of... Wait, your stolen clothes? Yeah, you seemed fun, she says. She desperately wants to explore the Z with you. I can let her say she can earn her keep doing odd jobs for now. Your treasures need polishing, your mug needs filling. In time, maybe you can make an officer out of her. Or refuse. The Z is no place for a child. Well, of course she can stay. Yay! The monkey foundling hugs you tight and asks, eyes sparkling, where you keep the weapons. So did she go to my hold? Or did she go to my officers? Oh, she's a mascot. Raised by the Empire Pan, she longs to see the wonders of the Neath. She gives me 5 hearts. Sure. Oh. Worried the crew. I guess I got some terror. Whoops. I got some terror from reassigning the mascot. Really? So, right, I gotta get to Khan's Shadow to resupply. Well, since I'm here, I might as well pick up a port report for the Shellinate. I don't think there's anything really to do here, though. Have any shops? Oh yeah, I can buy Stig and Ivory here. That's okay. I can sell Mount Nomad's Heart for 1 Searing Enigma. As I recall, before the patch it was 3. I guess they nerfed that. As I recall, there were a lot of Z monsters. Oh, there were a lot of Z monsters around Aestival, that's right. What is that? Sacha Town. Does not appear to be a place to land. At any rate, we'll just loop around Khan Shadow. Definitely see all kinds of ships in there. There's some Khanate ships. There's some frigates similar to mine. There's some dreadnoughts. There's also a few that I don't recognize. And then there's that building in the middle. Alright. I can sell Devil Bone Dice here, but I can't buy them. I can also buy Stick and Ivory here, and Human Souls. Oh, I can sell my Mirror Catch box full of Very Angry Dreamstakes for 500 Echo. I don't think I will. Let's go back up to 30 fuel and 25 supplies. What is this? Oh, fuel efficiency plus 10, hearts minus 10. Equips to aft. Yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and buy another empty Mirror Catch box. I can fill it with sunlight in a couple of different places. And we'll head down to the Isle of Cats, which is not too far away now. Yeah, so there's a few quests that I'm on. You know, I need to get another one of those oblong box from Iris. Take it back to Station 3 so I can find a mounting for this weapon that this guy's making me. Never got enough strange catches for my chef. There's my engineer's quest, but that's going to take a while. It's like a 7-part quest. There's the mysterious first officer's quest that I paid a Searing Enigma for. Never really got a whole lot out of that. Alright. How is the Venturer? Still a rubbery man? He isn't? Are you quite sure? The Lady of Cages rubs her cheek. Maybe that part comes later. I shall have to make a note. Hand her the medallion. Urchins? Again? I'll tell the sisters to prepare the baths. Oh my goodness. What did she give me? She gave me 20 supplies and 10 mushroom wine. And I'm going to have to throw most of the supplies overboard. I guess I could throw some fuel overboard instead. I'll have a reward sent to your ship. Don't worry, I asked the sisters to pick. I can't seem to remember what's edible and what isn't these days. Zaria gives a sudden start and demands, Can you fry wine in batter? I don't see why not. She stalks hurriedly out of the room, muttering about asking the abbess. Before you was a garden washed with blood, a sea of petaled crimson. They say that these particular exile's roses are a variety crossbred with a flower from hell. That would explain the stench of brimstone underneath the sweetness. Winding paths lead to irregular rows of cages, each covered in tangles of thorn and vine. Some of the prisoners inside the cages call out to you, others mutter to themselves or weep. A few simply stare, hopeless and silent. Good, you're here, Zaria snips a rose head with her shears. I'd like a new addition to the garden. Could I borrow one of your crew? Well, have one, really. I doubt you'd want them back after. Wait, what? Could you have heard her correctly? You're not going to leave one of your crew in this nightmarish place. Offer her the irrepressible cannoneer. You should probably warn her about the cannoneer's tendency towards explosions. Well, I don't have the Gaullite engineer. Well, it's not like she could go much more insane, is it? Sure, I can spare a crewman. She gave me 10 more supplies. Gonna go overboard. Let's see. Is she gonna give me more? Leopold has a particular fascination with the surface. He still thinks of it as home in some ways. Endearing, isn't it? She doesn't wait for you to answer. Personally, I've drunk the memories of so many homes, I couldn't pick a particular one of the lot. Tricky things. Still, it does make them easier to buy birthday presents for. Have I muddled this up? I did say I set up a meeting with the king for you, didn't I? Well, I did. You can bring Leopold a gift. Someone with memories of the surface. It's not his birthday, exactly, but you'll want to make a good impression. Okay. Patron dismisses you. The advice that the Cumean Canal is the likeliest source for such a particular gift. Alright, I need a gift for the Pirate King. Sure. Let's compile a port report. %45 chance with the sunlight-filled mirror catch box. Alright, well, I got my next quest from them, and I think that's where I'm going to end this episode and the series. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel to see what other series might be coming on down the road. I've got some interesting and exciting new projects in the works that will be happening over the next few weeks, so I hope you'll tune in for those as well. Take care, everybody, and have a terrific day.